I knew this one was going to be good. Two good Marvel movies back to back. I'm happy. Across the Spider-Verse was amazing, and this movie is good. Is it great? No. There's some issues I have with it, but overall, it's a good Marvel movie. It's good. Josh, your boy, and Kill. This is the voice of the voices for the one and only. For he is me and I am him. Dumbass intro's over with. Did I like this film? Yes. It's good. This is a good Marvel film. Is it the best Guardians film? No. That's still one. James Gunn still hasn't topped his magnum opus, which is the first Guardians film. I like this more than two. I wasn't a big fan of two. It's a decent film, but two never really grabbed me. This one, on the other hand, holy shit. Anything that has to do with Rocket Raccoon is peak. Like, I say it's damn near equal to Across the Spider-Verse. That's how good the Rocket Raccoon stuff is. This is the best Marvel movie we're getting in a very long time, y'all. Buckle in. Till Deadpool 3 comes out, we're not getting any more good shit. This is it. James Gunn gave us the best MCU related Marvel movie that we're going to get in at least 2 years. This is a very satisfying conclusion to the Guardians trilogy. Now, I do think that all these characters will return. I don't care what the actors are saying that they're done. No, they're not. That King Dynasty and Secret Wars checks are about to come in, and they're going to change their mind real quick. But if this is truly the last time we see this iteration of the Guardians, I'm cool with it. Every Guardian had a very satisfying conclusion. Some were left open, some weren't. I like what they did with Star-Lord and Gamora's relationship. They didn't force them back together. Will they? Won't they? No. They won't get back together. Maybe. They leave it open at the end. Like, you can kind of see how Gamora starts to slowly fall for him through the course of the movie. And you can see how they could be together. And they might be in the future. But Star-Lord learns to let her go and live her life and let her be happy. Instead of having her, like chasing after her. No, let her do her. And maybe when she's ready, y'all can get together. The CGI in this film is fantastic. And holy shit, the villain. The High Evolutionary is the most detestable, fucked up, evil villain. Oh my god. I hate him more than, he's the most hateable villain ever. Like, that's what we don't really need a villain that has a sad backstory and he's not truly evil. And no, we don't need, fuck that shit. This is a cold-hearted bastard. And I am pissed they didn't kill him off. When you see the type of shit, if you are an animal lover like me, you're going to fucking hate this bitch. If you're wondering why I waited all this time to see this movie, it's because I was MCU'd out. But Across the Spider-Verse kind of brought me back. There was like a group of fucking, two white fucking teens trying to fuck right next to me. And I was just staring at them, and like an old head group was just staring at them, and they just eventually left. Kind of ruined the experience of the film a bit. Because all I had to hear, wah, 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 oh, I was, what the fuck? And they looked at me and just, nah, fuck that shit. Anyways, ran over. There's issues I have with the film. I feel like it's a bit too long. I feel like a good 15-20 minutes could be shaved off the film. The humor 50% of the time doesn't really hit for me. Mantis is cringe. To me, I didn't really find Mantis all too funny. Gamora's a bit of a dickhead. Like, she's very much an asshole. Like, her 2014 self of Guardians 1 wasn't this much of a bitch. She's very fucking annoying, and she's a bitch in this film. She calms down near the end when she starts to warm up to the Guardians, and she starts to slowly bond with them. Like, she does things towards the end of the film that prove that, and in her heart, she's still a Guardian. Nebula's great. I love her character. Nebula's fantastic. Drax is too much of a dumbass in this film. I still love Drax, but he didn't have a lot of funny moments like I wanted him to. Groot is Groot. I'm always going to love Groot. Star-Lord is great. I do feel like this film kind of improves his character since he kind of fucked up the universe. He literally, got the universe, almost destroyed the universe, half the universe in fucking Infinity War. He acknowledges it in this very scene. And he grows as a character. I love the fact that he let Gamora go. I love that. I love the fact that he is starting to confront his demons, his issues. Almost every member of the Guardians is just great, and they have a great. Well, besides, I mean, Mantis is good. I love Mantis. The way they ended their character arcs makes sense. Some we're not going to see him again, like Drax. Drax's character arc is over. He's retired. Rocket. Rocket is the best character of the film. He is the main character of the film. And it is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. I love Rocket. I always have loved Rocket, but this film really makes you feel for him. It really does. I never read the comics, so I didn't really care about what they really did with Adam Warlock. I liked Adam. I mean, he was okay. He's literally was just born. And there's room for him to grow. Since he's a Guardian now, he's going to improve and get stronger and stronger. I don't really have an issue with Adam. I do feel like he should have been in the movie more. Like, a bit more. Like, they should have focused. I mean, this dude in the comics is broken, from what I hear. And he's vital in the Infinity Stone saga. High Evolutionary, the actor, bro. I do think that the story is a bit weaker than the first film. Like this, I don't really, because the story's pretty much all about them trying to save Rocket. Again, I didn't really like the prison break scene too much. The humor didn't really land for me there. When they get to Counter Earth, that, to me, is when the film starts to pick up. Like, the beginning of the film was great. Adam Warlock comes in, he fights the Guardians, they fuck him up, he leaves, boom. And then the prison break stuff, I didn't really like. But again, from they get to Counter Earth, and from that point on, I really liked the film. Again, this film is really good. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Not as good as the first, better than the second. Some scenes could have been shaved off. I do think that the Rocket flashback scenes is amazing. It's amazing. If you're going to see this movie, see this film for Rocket's backstory. Because it is, oh my God. I knew what was coming, and it still kind of hurt. I was like, ooh, damn, bro. That's tough. Overall, a very satisfying conclusion to the Guardians. I heard there will be a fourth one, but it's not going to be with the same characters. I do think they all will return, because I saw the end credit scene, and it says Star-Lord will return. So Star-Lord's coming back. I do think Nebula's coming back. I do think Rocket will come back. I do think Mantis will come back. Drax is a no. Dave Bautista said he's getting older, doesn't really want to do it anymore. If they give him a good script, maybe. I think he will. Even Gamora's actress, same thing with her. I think they all will come back for Secret Wars. And then they'll officially will be done with this version of the Guardians. James Gunn, thank you for giving us the best MCU film since No Way Home. I don't know why people are turning on No Way Home. Fuck y'all. Like, No Way Home is still great. They're shitting on No Way Home because Across the Spider-Verse is peak. Like, fucking stupid. Again, it's very dark. This is the darkest MCU film either ever. I think it is. Like, it's blatant animal cruelty. It gets really fucked up. Like, nightmare fuel for kids type fucked up. Again, High Lucifer is such a good villain, man. He is such. I am so happy they didn't kill him off. Among his suits, I am so happy they didn't kill him off. CGI is great. Action is great. Story a bit weak, but it starts off great. In the middle, it starts to lose me. I was kind of getting bored. I was kind of, getting taken out the film. I'm like, okay, this needs to pick up. This prison stuff isn't hitting. But the end is where it really makes the film. And I think they hit a home run with the ending. They did a great landing with the ending. I'm very, as a Guardians fan, as someone who loves the Guardians films, I adore the first one. It's one of my favorite Marvel films ever. James Gunn did this film justice, and I cannot wait to see what he does with the DC Universe. Kevin Feige, bro, you better pay that nigga James Gunn to direct Secret Wars or fucking King Dynasty. I mean, Secret Wars, because my nigga who did Shang-Chi's doing King Dynasty, so that's good. James Gunn better direct fucking Secret Wars. You better pay him. You better go give him some money. Say, hey, nigga, come on. I need you real quick. I need you. And King Dynasty, Secret Wars better be a complete reboot of the MCU. Reboot everything. 7 out of 10, not that bad. If I miss it on a few things, I apologize. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, and yeah, again, it's dark. Like Star-Lord genuinely kills someone in this film. Like cold-blooded murder. I love it. Oh, and another thing I didn't like, a lot of fake out deaths. There's like 2 or 3 times, if not more, where a Guardian comes close to dying or should die, but the power of plot saves them. Like at the end of the film, Star-Lord comes close to dying. The dumb fuck forgot his Star-Lord mask, which I love the new Guardian suits, which is stupid that we didn't see Star-Lord with this Guardian mask, and I'm gonna have to wait till King Dynasty to see it. So fucking dumb. And he almost dies, but he's saved. Rocket almost dies, but he's saved. Drax almost dies, but he's saved. You know, it gets boring. Like, okay, everyone is protected by the power plot. Like, there's no tension. One Guardian should have died. That would have meant something. But besides those nitpicks, 7 out of 10. Good film. I recommend you go see it. Shit, I gotta wait till fucking Deadpool 3 to get a good Marvel MCU film. What's next? Transformers and The Flash? Ah, fuck. Christ.